Hello guys. How are you? Just gonna share some links in Discord and on Twitter so we get some people in here and then we'll get started. A lot to talk about today. All right. Links posted. Let's get some people in here. Then we'll get started with Bitcoin as always. Luckily for me, nothing too much happened while I was away. We've pretty much been in the same range during the entire time while I was away. But yeah, still, that also means that we've got a clean range to work with, which we will obviously talk about, discuss our different scenarios, and I will do some altcoins as always. Yeah, I think on altcoins more will have happened, but I haven't really looked into any particular ones. Well, I have obviously, but not like scanned the whole market sort of. So we'll take a look at some and then we'll do some requests as always. So yeah, out of context question, what recording application do you use? I use OBS. Hello, welcome everyone. Can you look at sushi whenever you can? Yes, I can, but keep your requests for you for now, so I'll do my own thing first. So don't spam in the chat for now. I will let you know when we do some requests. I'm good, thanks for asking. A little bit sick from the ski holiday, but it's fine. By the way, is the screen, can you all see the Prime XBT page? Is the screen quality good? Can you hear my voice? I guess you can. And can you hear the music in the background? Are the volumes okay? All right, perfect. So gonna wait like 2 more minutes. Then we'll go ahead and start. You will be able to rewatch the stream afterwards as always, so Doggy, yeah, I've looked at Doggy this morning and I really like it actually, so I longed some this morning on Doggy. So I'll explain the setup there as well. Doggy bite me badly, damn. All right, let's get started. So first things first, thanks to PrimeXBT, you can see their website on the screen at the moment. As you can see, they have crypto futures, Bitcoin collateral and USDT collateral. Very clear here. You can also trade Forex on PrimeXBT, commodities and indices, all with a single account. Absolutely amazing. There's a link in the description which you can use. If you use that link, you can get up to $7,000 in deposit bonuses and get access to my Discord group. So I have a Discord group. You can join it for free using the link in the description, but you won't be able to see all the channels. If you send me proof that you signed up on PrimeXBT and made a deposit, I will add you to the group. It's just a group where I post all of my trades, investments, analysis, and you can just hang around and talk to each other, okay? With that being said, leave a like on the stream. Let's try to get them to 20 likes at least. Subscribe if you haven't already, and at any moment, feel free to ask any questions you might have, okay? As I said at the start, for requests, we're gonna wait, okay? So don't just randomly spam tickers in the chat. I will get to the requests, but at first I'm gonna do my own thing, okay? All right, so starting off with Bitcoin. Big ass monthly to weekly range is still the same, obviously, from back in 2021, right? Initial all-time high there, dumped. So first dump after all of this bull run upside was this dump. So these lows are gonna be our range low. From those lows, we went back to the highs, swept the highs, right? And then all the way back to the lows. Big ass accumulation under range lows, sweeping range lows, reclaim. As soon as we reclaimed, we started rallying, a little pause at range mean here, beautiful, and then big smash above, and then instantly continuation towards range highs, okay? What we're seeing the last couple of weeks is consolidation right at these all-time highs. We're gonna see that on the lower time frames, it's gonna be a cleaner view, since on the weekly, I mean, it's just some choppy price section. If you zoom in a little, you'll be able to see on the daily, as I said, a cleaner picture, a daily range, and that's gonna be cleaner to work with, okay? Before we get into that, I wanna talk about just the general look of the weekly if you just use it on a blind chart, right? Because it's pretty important. Some things I wanna note here. Just zooming in on these weekly candles, what do we see, right? So this weekly candle right here was a pretty healthy one. Healthy one meaning we had a wick to the upside, a wick to the downside, a strong close, right? Strong weekly candle. What happened on the weekly after that? So this red weekly, this one, we closed that weekly candle and instantly started dumping. How do we see that? Well, because there's no wick to the upside, okay? We wicked all the way down and swept last week's low, which at that point was the low of this candle, right? Swept that liquidity into another key level, being this low right here, and you could even draw it towards there. You're gonna see that it's the high of this candle, the low of this candle, wicked in there, right? Sweeping liquidity at last week's low at that point, as I said, and closing pretty strong, okay? After that weekly close, so whenever this weekly candle opened, what did we have? We had swept previous week's liquidity, we had closed pretty damn strong, and we had a flat top on the previous weekly candle. Those were all bullish signs, right, on the weekly, and we're all indicating that at that price had a high chance, like it's never 100%, but price had a high chance of trading towards that flat top weekly candle up here at around 71.5k. Okay. Having that in mind, what happened this week? Straight up from the weekly open, we instead of from this candle, we straight up dumped. From this candle, we straight up pumped, leaving almost no wick to the downside, right? We pumped straight towards that flat top. As you can see, we took it out, we wicked above it, and now dumped back below it. So having all that in mind, it's just the opposite of what happened last week on the last week's weekly candle. And what could that indicate? In my opinion, that there's a high chance that we will be trading towards the current low of this weekly candle. Okay, so those are just some weekly levels you want to keep in mind, right? This high as well, since that's also going to be clean liquidity that got swept. So looking purely from a liquidity standpoint on the weekly at this moment, the most recent sweep of liquidity has been to the upside. So in my opinion, there's a high chance that we go for lower liquidity next. Does that mean I'm targeting all the way down here? No, obviously not. What's for me the next target? Well, that would be a sweep of current weekly low, which would already be a good liquidity pool below it and could already offer a great bounce from there and maybe even mean that we had two new highs from there. Okay, just using these key highs, these key lows, and seeing how the weekly candle closed, and if it immediately started dumping, immediately started pumping, and using that, having that in mind, and then zooming in, can already give you a great edge on the market. You know, if you use this, like I said, on this candle right here, we swept lower liquidity, closed strong, and had a flat top to the upside. And as you can see, if you traded it from the weekly, you would have been in instant profit. Okay. So let's zoom in a little now. Just gonna give these lines some context. Weekly high. This is last week's high. That's current weekly low. That's gonna be key level. And that's gonna be a pivot like this. All right. Now, zooming in to the daily, what we always like doing on the daily is marking out Monday high and Monday low. So we're gonna do that as well. Monday high there, Monday low, as you can see there. Monday low is gonna line up perfectly with Monday low. Okay, that just adds more confluence towards the level and adds more even more liquidity resting below it, right? Okay, but having that in mind, all of these levels that we now have marked, okay, just using the daily, maybe even the 12-hour, and marking out what the range is that we're currently trading in. So from all of this upside, where was the first area where we started decently dumping from, right? That's gonna be this high. Agree? Why not this one? From here we dumped, but straight up pumped and back to new highs. From this one we dumped, pumped back up, but failed to make new highs and instead made a lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Where was the area where price bounced from and went back to the highs? These lows. Agree? So what are gonna be the key liquidity points on the daily or on the 12-hour that's gonna be these two. What I like doing then is marking that out with a clean range. So we have our mid-range as well. And what you're gonna be seeing is that you're gonna have some nice confluence on this range mean level. Why? Because if you take a look at the daily, right? Around here, what was the daily order block that led, or the daily sideways price action that led to a break above here, right? This this sideways price action led to this dump, right? So this can be seen as supply. How did price react to that supply? Initially bearish, right? If you take a look at the 4 hour, initially we pumped into supply here, but rejected, but then we failed to make new lows and instead bounced on low time frame demand and made new highs and even pumped above the supply area and broke market structure, right? What was the sideways price action that led to that break in market structure? That's gonna be this sideways price action. If price would have been bearish here and this would have been the bearish retests of supply, price should have dumped lower in my opinion from there, okay? Instead, it went sideways here, buyers were stepping in, and that's where we started pumping from, okay? So that's gonna be a key area, which we're gonna mark out as a demand area. Boom. It doesn't even really matter that much which highs or lows that you take. It's just about confluence, you know, just about using the general area. Just a general area. And if you do that, you're gonna see that you have some nice confluence there. You have Monday low, right? Monday low there. That weekly low, the current weekly low, right? Which almost didn't have a wick to the downside. You have that low time frame demand area and you have this daily range mean level that all line up in the same area. So you can already guess probably what the most ideal plan for me would be if we get another sweep here of some lows and we take out Monday low, that current weekly low, into demand range mean and that key level, right? And then see strength, a reclaim. Where will liquidity then be resting? Well, higher towards Monday high and all-time high. Okay, so if we sweep those lows, I'd like to see one more sweep. Boom, in there, quick response, reclaim these levels and then send it back towards the highs. Another thing of confluence, if we use the most recent swing from the lows to the up to the highs, right? Mark out or OTE. Once again, you will see that it also lines up perfectly with that area right there. So in my opinion, either the low is already in, like I could also see us front run Monday low, because as you can see, this 4-hour candle had a nice buyback. We did just sweep last 4-hour high, so I could see some downside from here, but yeah, anything can happen, you know. So the low might already be in, or the low is not in and we see more downside. Then I'd like to see a sweep into this area of confluence, a reclaim of Monday low, and then I think we squeeze towards new highs. Or if we break below Monday low, right, and below this range mean level and close some candles down here and we start ranging below range mean, then I think we'll at least see a sweep of these lows. But at that point, I think we will be trading towards here and then ultimately this daily range low level, and that will be the area we need to watch, a sweep, a reclaim, and then look for fresh longs on the reclaim there. Okay, so these are my scenarios for now, where I'm interested in trading. For now, nothing too interesting for me. I'd like to see a sweep of Monday low first. If that happens, I'll probably take a shot on a long. If we don't see a good reaction from there, from this area, and we start dumping a little more and start closing below here, right? At that point, higher chance that we will be trading lower. So then I'll be out of longs, yeah, or even stopped out already, because invalidation for me on a long like this would probably be below this gray area, something right there, and then target the highs and potentially a bigger breakout. All right. So is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat? The pinned video in which you explain your trading style, is everything in that video still valid? Yes, sure, it is. No, not really. All those things are still things that I use daily. Crystal clear, awesome. Thoughts on thoughts leading into the halving. I literally have no thoughts. Like high time frame, I'm really I'm really bullish on Bitcoin, and I think we will be trading higher. But do I think that we need to trade higher before the halving, or that we need to start pumping after the halving? No, not at all. So yeah, I literally don't care what will happen on the day of the halving, before the halving or after the halving. I'll just trade the charts. All right. Then, what else do we have? Doggy, as I said. To me, it's very clear on the weekly. Just like Bitcoin, honestly, has a bigger range, right? And you're not even taking the all-time highs as a range high, but just this bounce play, right? From all-time highs, we started dumping massively, and then from these lows, right, we got a decent bounce towards these highs, right? Range set, range low, as you can see, pivotal, boom, boom. We spend a lot of time below range lows, right? This big ass accumulation. I bought some in this blue area, which I said publicly, by the way. And I just started selling at my targets. So, but I still have some, and to be honest, I'm planning on buying more, because I think that trading this towards range highs is a no-brain play. Clean liquidity above here, unswept highs, long as accumulation range where we just broke out of, right? Those are big reasons why I could see this run massively. So what's going to be the key area to watch? Well, this range low. So I'm not ruling out another go at these lows where we sweep them into this area, demand, and then spend some more time here probably, and then boom, another big breakout. So buying spots at these lows is definitely a good play. I think. Like, what's the chance of Doggy trading to new lows, right? I'd say very, very low. And if you buy on the sweep here and then buy more if if we do end up going for those lows into all of this consolidation, yeah, then you're good, I think. So yeah, that's it. Could also see us not go for these lows again, right? Where we hold above current demand, which is this area, right? We got some lower time frame sweeps here. If we hold above here and Bitcoin starts bouncing, maybe one more go, right? If Bitcoin goes for that Monday low level, Doggy does this, and then big breakout, right? Clean highs above here as well. These, and these. So I'm looking to buy dips on Doggy. Right, feel free to put some requests in the chat now. By the way, what else is interesting is gold and silver at the moment. They're absolutely running to new all-time highs. I actually have some gold, silver and platinum. Huge monthly breakout, right? And at the key area at the moment. So in my opinion, not a bad place to maybe take some off, although I do think that after a breakout like this that we will be trading higher. But look how clean this monthly range was, right? High, lows, back to the highs, making an equal high, swept the lows, back to the highs, and then if you draw it as a range like this, one more tap of range mean, and then the breakout. It's beautiful. And silver, I think if you have to guess between silver and gold, silver is probably the play. Not sure what all of these lines are, but I've been bullish on metals for a long time as well. See all of this upside and then bear market, boom, boom, boom. Lots of time spent here accumulating, sweep, boom, breakouts, retest, and now just looking like it wants to absolutely send. I really like silver. GMX was quite disappointing, right? I heard something about what's his name again? Old BitMEX CEO, right? He was holding tons of GMX and that he apparently started selling. But anyways, what does the chart tell us? Because that's all that matters. If we just use this as a clean chart, it's still in a stupid range, right? Some highs, some lows, and just swept major liquidity to the downside into demand. So if you just use this, if it goes below this area though, then it's probably going a lot lower. But I also still hold some, well, some, all. I'm in a loss at the moment, but that's okay. I was targeting all the way up here anyways. And I still think we could do so, just spend a lot of time in this range, right? And the longer we spend here, the more aggressive the breakout will be, in my opinion. But would I long here? Probably no. Also probably because I have spot, but just because if you look at it from a standpoint like this, technically it's at support, right? And we swept the lows. But I'd like to see some strength come in, right? I'd like to see a break probably above here to show us that it wants higher. And if it does that, at that point, I might be interested in buying more and targeting these highs. But this area is going to be key. That's now bearish supply, right? So retest could reject. But if we break above, it's showing us that it wants higher. At that point, might change my mind. Bring Poseidon with you on stream someday. Yeah, maybe I will. Let's see. What was the next one? ETH, yeah, maybe. This is still the chart from before I left, where I said if you get a dip in there, that could be a nice buy. And as you can see, invalidation would have been probably below here, and it would have played out nicely. Anyways, it's outdated now, so let's start clean. But damn, ETH is looking very good. Oof. Nothing to worry on ETH, although it did sweep major liquidity to the upside into low time frame supply, but it did exactly the same to the downside. What does that mean? Liquidity taken to both sides. What do you wait for? Probably a breakout and a strong close, right? So not necessarily bearish on the weekly, not necessarily bullish, just ranging. But if I look on the daily, what do we see here? That wick low, right? Straight back to new highs, started dumping aggressively, swept the lows, some ranging, right? Retest and break in market structure. Back above here, massive daily close. Retest. Who knows? If I were to guess up or down, I'd say massively up. What was the 4-hour chart saying? It's sort of a breaker, you know? Sideways price action, dump. If it retests supply, you could see this as the little retest, but slightly front ran it. And then just smashed above, closed above, and now retesting. So as long as we hold above, I'd say this might wick in there though. But as long as we hold above here, the sideways price action now that led to the upside, I'd say we're good for new highs. Let's see what a setup would look like. Yeah, I think that makes sense, honestly. I like ETH. Let's see ETH Bitcoin. This is so ugly, honestly. Like, what the hell is this? But once again, technically, sitting at support. Good daily close yesterday, but yeah, just swept some highs here though. These and this daily candle swept yesterday, swept Monday high, and currently not looking too hot. So I'd wait maybe. Maybe wait for another sweep on Bitcoin, right? Another sweep, like I said, of these lows. One more cascade in there, quick wick. Let Ethereum wick something like this, and then you buy. I might set some orders actually. Let's also take a look at Sol. Yeah, Sol is a good one. You can already see the ID. Yeah, for Sol, it's just range, breakout. So after this long accumulation, right? Upside, range, sweep the lows, reclaim range mean, retest range mean, another breakout. What is it currently doing? Ranging. So what would I love to buy? Another sweep of range low, reclaim range mean, retest, and then boom, trade it all the way to 260, all the way to $400 plus. I'm very bullish on Sol actually. I have big spot back, third biggest I think after Ethereum and Bitcoin of course. But I'm definitely buying more if we get to buy sub 160. Posted it on Twitter as well recently. I really like Sol. So once again, let Bitcoin dump into those lows, let Ethereum dump, let this dump. Not sure you're gonna get this low, you know, but even if you just get this, yeah, I think it's a pretty good buy. A pretty damn good buy. What else do we have? Matic maybe. I haven't really checked that one. Oof, this is looking heavy. Yeah, I'm less fan of this to be honest. Just by looking at the chart, you know. I don't like the fact that it bumped this nicely and then saw such a weakness, right? A dip into this level should have been bought up quickly and it should be trading up here at the moment, but instead it broke back inside the range and is looking very weak at the moment. So yeah, I definitely like, if everything runs, this will probably run as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if this underperforms heavily. For now, I think it has some upside for now though, because look, you have all these clean lows here that just got swept, right? And sideways price section, upside, retest done. So wouldn't be surprised if it runs like towards these highs. But then up here, I could see this, yeah, just range while everything else makes new highs. Not the biggest fan of this one. OP and ARB, yeah, let's take a look. I have some ARB as well, still. See, I like this more. Yeah. I like this more, honestly, ARB. Look at this key level. Look how, even if you draw it as a line chart, yeah, no, it's cleaner with an area, you know, because you can see the confluence in this area, right? Resistance, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then flipped, boom, there. And now coming into this area while sweeping this key weekly range low. Why is this the range? All of this upside. From this high we started dumping. From this low we started bouncing. Lower high could be bearish, could be more liquidity to the upside, right? Swept, failed to break market structure. Started dumping more. Another low, sweeping this. What would confirm, in my opinion, that the low could be in a break above here? That would mean break in market structure, buy the retests, sell new highs. Makes sense? So I like this way more than Matic, for example. Venry I'll do after this one. OP, sort of similar, but what I like less on this one is the fact that we already swept the highs, right? You have this sort of the similar range with the highs and the lows, but the difference is here the highs already got taken. So there will be less squeeze potential on this one compared to ARB. So on this one, actually, I'd want to see a run on these lows now. Something like this, and then bounce. You see? Nice confluence in this area. Clean lows above. Liquidity area below. So also on this one, another run. Reclaim and then send it. It's pretty clean though. Highs, lows, sweep the highs, maybe now sweep the lows, and then break above range mean, continuation, who knows. Venry 01 with more. Oh, yep. Look at this. Good plan. Wait for the sweep of the low. Okay, so now that we got that sweep of the low, what do you want to see? Break in market structure, right? Otherwise, it's just a lower high. And can, for now, it looks like that, you know? What else I don't like about this one is, like, we got the sweep, we got the strong candle, but then this is what happened. A bunch of lows here. High, low, high, low, high, low, sort of, but looking very weak, which could mean it wants another go at these lows. So what I'd be waiting for here is either strength above here, which would mean a break in market structure, right? Then buy the dip and look to target the highs, or another sweep of all of these lows into, look at this, beautiful sideways price action that led to this massive pump, and look for longs there on the reclaim and then look to trade it higher. Clean, right? FTM. FTM weekly is clear. Weekly is okay, but daily, I don't know. Daily, I feel like these lows need a run. And this just looks like, you know, it looks like it wants to do this, but that barely happens, you know? So to me, it looks like it wants to do this, look like it wants to go to new highs, and then instead go for the lows once again, and then spend a lot of more time here, and then potentially run. So not sure, not the best one. Coming into resistance as well here. Near. Yeah, that's cleaner. Yeah, but I'd like to see one more run on these lows, man. Get them out. Right, one more run, and then reclaim, spend some more time in here, and boom. Like, it's the same on everything, you know? Don't expect things to go up straight away. You need to give it time to play out, right? And give it time to range again, to shake people out, to be choppy, to let you give up on your positions, and that's when it's gonna run. Then is when it's going to run. FTM is one of the strongest here though. Pepe, also in a range, you see, but also clean lows, resting below us. This one's less significant. That one is gonna be more key. And you know why? Why is this one, this low, less significant? Because it's less isolated. If you start going to higher time frames, you see, it's gonna disappear. Weekly, more isolated low there. So that one is gonna be key. If it sweeps that one, that could be a nice long entry, something like this, and then Aptos. Yeah, I'm not a fan really as well because of this hard rejection at highs. Like, I wouldn't buy in something that looks like this, you see. This doesn't show any strength. Where would I be interested? Well, in the big ass demand area down here. That's the weekly sideways price action that led to the breakouts. At least for a bounce play, you know. Zoom into the daily, mark out some kilos, and then you can just base your trade off of the weekly demand, expecting price to at least give you a bounce there. For example, something like this. Keep your invalidation wide and target even a lower high. But trades like these are high probability, you see. What's Bitcoin doing? It's nuking a little, yeah? It's finally going for the lows. Let's see. I'm gonna watch Bitcoin here actually. Let's do a couple more and then I'll hop off. I'll do Ondo, Gala, Wu, Biko. If it's on Bybit, I will. Ondo. See, same here. The difference is, right, from here, so swept the lows, new highs, dumped, new highs, little retest, new highs, little retest, new highs, but then swept the highs, made new lows, and then swept those highs into supply, and it's just looking like it wants to do this to me. So, not a fan, sorry. Gala. Gala, I like. Yeah, that's one of the better looking ones because it broke out, right? Massive weekly close. Now just ranging on the daily, as you can see, broke above this range mean and is just looking strong. If you do get another dip of this range low here into this demand, that's a huge buy. Back towards these highs and these highs. Yeah, I really like Gala. Woo. Let's see what's this. Yeah, this one is looking cleaner than some of those others as well. Because long accumulation, breakout, retest, new highs, and now just consolidating. But would I buy it here? Nah, not really. Probably I'd wait for a sweep of this as well. Something like this. Biko. Never heard of this one. Oof. It's not looking bad, but look at where it came from though. But apart from that, pretty clean. Right? Lows, highs, equal highs. Would I buy here? Probably no, but it's coming into a range mean, which will be pivotal. Right, as you can see here. So maybe look to buy a dip here and target the highs. Yeah, why not? All right, cool. I'm gonna hop off now. I wanna watch Bitcoin, and we covered a lot, especially Bitcoin. Clear plans. If you missed the start, you'll just be able to rewatch after I uploaded it to YouTube. Thanks all for joining. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube. That helps me a lot. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys on Twitter and in the Discord. Next live stream on Thursday. All right. Bye.